Hi everybody, this is the Cosmic Reader. I'm going to give you my review on the Fantastic Four First Steps. Honestly, as a huge Fantastic Four fan, I loved it. It is everything I want in a Fantastic Four film. Pedro Pascal surprised me and played a really intelligent Reed Richards, and a Reed Richards that's really complex that makes even his own team question his morality. The Human Torch in this film finally feels useful to the group, and even has ideas that actually benefit the Fantastic Four. Sure, he's still the guy who likes to poke fun at his family. Sure, he's still into fame and women, which has always been a part of the character. But Joseph Quinn plays a Human Torch that's not too annoying, and he doesn't act like the dumbest person on the planet, which is a mistake that past iterations of the character has made. And sure, I enjoy seeing Chris Evans as the Human Torch, but I prefer a Human Torch that, although he may not be as smart as Reed or Sue, he's still useful in his own way. Ben Grimm the Thing still acts like the heart of the team, the heart of the family. And my favorite scene with the Thing is when he comes up to Reed in a way to sort of like humble him and remind him that although people may see him as the smartest man on the planet, that does not mean he can't make mistakes. But he also just can't beat himself up for those mistakes, like he's always been ever since the Fantastic Four were created. Which I love that it came from a guy who's been affected the most by Reed's mistakes. And I'm glad that we finally get the Thing to look exactly like Jack Kirby's design. Almost every shot he's in, he's perfect. And I say almost because there's at least one scene where I felt like he looked a little off, a little too uncanny. But it's really only one scene. Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman, though, she is the true MVP of this film. Finally, we get to see her as the most powerful member of the family. We get to see her use her force fields for more than just blocking attacks from enemies. She actually uses those force fields for attacks, and she's so good with them that if she were somehow teleported to the Star Wars universe, people might mistake her for a Jedi. Another actor that truly surprised me when I doubted her before was Julia Gardner as the Silver Surfer. Shala Ball's version of the Silver Surfer. I think the most important part about the Silver Surfer is the fact that you sympathize with the character when you see how guilty she feels about sending Galactus to all these planets with so much life, and then having that life be instantly taken away just to satisfy his hunger. I was really glad to see that they were able to play off that guilt so well. Now let's go and talk about the true antagonist of this film, Galactus, which has such a menacing presence in this film. Even seconds before you see Galactus, you could feel that presence. And for comic book fans like me, you're in awe in how great he looks as Galactus, and how great he sounds as Galactus. Finally, I get to get my mind off of that cursive fart cloud from the last time we've seen Galactus, and we get to see him in his true glorious self. And he is threatening. When you see him destroy planets, you do wonder, just like all the civilians in New York wonder, is Earth safe? Is the Fantastic Four actually gonna save them from being devoured? And it's great to finally feel the stakes for an MCU film again. The only problem I might have with Galactus in this film is that we don't get enough of his raw power. I would have loved to see more of him, because I love what we got of him. A lot of the visuals we get here are amazing. Besides that one scene that we got of the Thing, like I talked about before, and another scene in which I don't know if I want to talk about it because it might spoil some things, everything else just looks amazing. Some of the visual effects here reminds me of films such as Interstellar, and I'm so glad that I was able to watch films like Interstellar earlier this year to make me truly appreciate the visuals in this film. It is honestly a beautiful looking movie, possibly the most beautiful looking movie that the MCU's ever produced. Now my final thoughts here is that I will not say that this is the best thing since Endgame. And I will not say that objectively this is the best Marvel film ever made, but personally, I truly believe that this could be my most favorite Marvel film of all time. And that's coming from a guy who's been a fan of Marvel since the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films. I genuinely believe that this film deserves to get as many eyes upon it as much as possible. And I'm so glad that finally, the Fantastic Four are getting the love they deserve. And people are showing as much love to them as they would the Avengers or the X-Men. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. If you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the Cosmic Reader, and hit the notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I upload my next video. Go ahead and share the video to anyone you think might be interested in superheroes or comic books, and type in the comments if you guys seen the film and what you guys think of the film. And does this film give you hope for the future of the MCU? I would really like to know. With that being said, this has been the Cosmic Reader, and I'll see you in the cosmos.